Hey guys, it's Anne Marie. Happy Saturday. I am going into work. I have a later shift today. It's a short shift, so that's great, but it's very rainy. I've been getting my ass whooped in my dreams when I'm sleeping. And today I woke up in a lot of pain, a lot more bruises, but here we are. I did a little bit of Reiki on myself. I meditated, took a hot bath with Himalaya sea salt, meditated. I've done what I've known to do, or what I know to do. And I'm mourning my mother. I have a lot of emotions around it. And so it's been a new space for me because I loved her a lot. And I pulled some ancestor cards today asking her to speak to me. And the two cards I got was loving self and about love. And the next one was about living your dream and traveling and going on an adventure. And those of us who are readers or mediums, it sometimes can be challenging to tap into our own loved ones. So I'm hoping that was her. I haven't been able to tap into my dad or her. But anyway, because I'm in this space today, I wanted to read from The Alchemist. And I read this part last week, and I marked it because it was so profound. And something told me to get back to it today. And I really want to share it because I know for a fact it's going to help some people. The story and the message that's within this story. So I'm going to read just a few but some pieces that I marked here that I thought were really important. And we're going on 78. We're going to do 78, not all of these, but 78, 79, 80, and 81 were very profound. And so I marked a few things I would like to share with you if you would allow me. So they're in the caravan. They're on the caravan going through the desert, right? And he's talking to one of the drivers that are leading the caravan through the desert. And this is the driver speaking. I used to live near El Camun, he said. I had my orchard, my children, and a life that would change not at all until I died. One year, when the crop was the best ever, we all went to Mecca, and I was satisfied, the only unmet obligation in my life. I could die happily, and that made me feel good. One day, the earth began to tremble, and the Nile overflowed its banks. It was something that I thought could only happen to others, never me. My neighbors feared. I get so emotional. I have emotions. My neighbors feared they would lose all their olive trees in the flood, and my wife was afraid that we would lose our children. I thought that everything I owned would be destroyed. The land was ruined, and I had to find some other way to earn a living. So now I'm a camel driver. But that disaster taught me to understand that the word of Allah, I don't like to mispronounce Allah's name. People need not to fear the unknown if they are capable of achieving what they need and want. We are afraid of losing what we have, whether it's our life, our possessions, and property. But this fear evaporates when we understand that our life stories and the history of the world were written by the same hand. So then we go on to page 80. So he's still talking. They were talking about tribal wars, and all three fell silent. The boy noted that there was a sense of fear in the air. And even though no one said anything, once again, he was experiencing the language without words, the universal language. The universal language. Once you get into the desert, there's no going back, said the camel driver. And when you can't go back, you have to worry only about the best way of moving forward. The rest is up to Allah, including the danger. And then we go on to page 81. This was very profound. I took a break at work and cried in my car after I read this. That's the principle that governs all things, he said. In alchemy, it's called the soul of the world. When you want something with all your heart, that's when you are closest to the soul of the world. It's always a positive force. He always said that this was just not a human gift, that everything on the face of the earth had a soul, whether it was a mineral, a vegetable, or animal, or even just a simple thought. Everything on earth is being continuously transformed because the earth is alive and it has a soul. We are parts of that soul, so we rarely recognize that it is working for us. But in the crystal shop, you probably realize that even the glasses were collaborating in your success. The boy thought about that for a while as he looked at the moon and the bleached sands. I have watched the caravan as it crossed the desert, he said. The caravan and the desert speak the same language, and it's for that reason that the desert allows the crossing. It's going to test the caravans every step to see if it's in time, and if it is, we will make it to the oasis. If either of us had joined this caravan based only on personal courage, but without understanding that language, the universal language, this journey would have been much more difficult. So when I read that, this guy who was a camel driver, that took this treacherous, and there's a huge crow that just flew. There's two of them, just landed right on top of that light post. When I left the city, my fears of losing everything were so immense that it kept me stuck. As I face new fears, I remember that. And no matter where I go, and no matter where you go, there's a universal language. Energy. Everything is alive. Every single thing that we see, when we break it down, comes from Mother Earth. And even though things may not be going according to how you planned it, it's going exactly how the divine wants it to go and how it needs to go for you. I'm just looking at these crows just flying right here. I just can't. Again, we see the signs sometimes, but we just don't know what they mean. I know everything's going to be okay. I know I'm going to be okay, and it's time for an adventure. So fear not when you go on your next adventure. Don't fear what you're going to lose or what you're going to be without, because that's what you're going to manifest. And that's not only a message to you, but a message to myself on this beautiful rainy day. Allow the rain to cleanse your spirit, your soul. If you need to drop tears, let them fall. Don't wipe them away. Let them fall into Mother Earth, and thank Mother Earth for taking everything negative and turning it into something positive and alchemizing it. I hope that you are healthy and happy and full of joy. May you love and be loved. Heal so you don't harm. Have a great Saturday.